everybody. Hi. I'll just do this because this will get everybody together. Welcome to Sketches of Minnesota, Little Falls edition. Woo! Yes. Actually, just really quick, I want to, because I messed this up in the last time, like we kept talking about it being this particular time. Just how many folks are actually from Little Falls versus like, okay, and then how many folks are from like other communities nearby?
Pike Creek.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Very cool. You're all welcome. You're all in the right place. We're all very happy to have you here. Thank you so much for coming out. My name is Tane Danger. I'm here with
Trig v. Thronfight, but Trig is all I inflict on polite company.
Yeah, so we are super duper happy to be here. I am one of the co-founders of Danger Boat Productions, which is an improv comedy company, which means that we do improvisational theater all about different ideas and issues. Everything that we do is entirely made up. This is a very key important point. It's all off the top of our heads. None of it is pre-planned. And normally what we do is we do a show where I will interview a very smart person up on stage, and we'll take like everything that one smart person says.
It is usually me.
And we will bring to life what they have said through unscripted comedy. But tonight is different because instead of having one smart person, we have, 50 amazing, beautiful, smart people all here in the room. This is where you all applaud yourself for being beautiful.
Pat yourself on the back.
And so you all are going to inspire everything that we do on stage tonight. That's just a little bit. But Trig, we're here. I'm with Danger Boat. You were at the Minnesota Humanities Center.
Thank you, Tane. Yes, again, my name is Trig. I'm with the Minnesota Humanities Center, which is based in St. Paul, Minnesota, but we are your statewide serving humanities council. We're associated with the National Endowment for the Humanities. We also work very closely with the state of Minnesota through the Legacy Amendment to distribute funding all across the state for community organizations, to work on developing curricula for students to get them more engaged in their learning, or to put on cultural heritage festivals, or to bring all sorts of traveling shows. We Are Water, Minnesota was here in the Little Falls area not too long ago. That is the Minnesota Humanities Center. Our mission is to use storytelling, all the ways that we tell stories about one another, about our lives, and the way that we tell stories to one another, to try to bridge differences, bring people together across those differences, and help them practice thinking, learning, and working together. We figure if we can bring people together in situations where it's a little bit more comfortable to speak in meaningful ways about what's meaningful to them, not polite Minnesota chit-chat, but meaningful ways, that will help them build capacity to confront the issues or achieve the goals that are important to them as individuals and to their neighbors and fellow community members. So that's why we're here with Danger Boat Productions.
So excited. I love it. The Humanities Center. Like, we could do it this way. How many people enjoy stories? See, like, yeah, that's a lot. It's Minnesota Humanities Center.
All you have to do is go to mnhum.org and you will have your fill.
Yeah, that's what they're about. They help both tell and collect and share stories, and that is actually exactly what we're going to do tonight, because we're here to hear your stories and bring them to the stage.
Through comedy.
Yeah, we're very excited.
How are we going to do that?
How are we going to do that? So we are going to ask you all to have actually, one thing we should do before we go farther is that we've name-checked ourselves several times and how amazing we are, which is true. And we probably would not be here tonight without the support of the Initiative Foundation, and we have folks from the Initiative Foundation who are here. Thank you so much for helping make this possible. And our amazing host here, Great River Arts. This is an amazing space, one of my favorite. We've been in the whole space. So, yeah, thank you all.
And of course, the food from Falls Ballroom.
Oh, yeah, the food. Yeah, it is good. That food is amazing. And I had to warn my cast before we started. I was like, don't eat all of this food, because otherwise the whole show we're all going to be like, Oh, like anyway, so it's because it's very delicious and very good. Okay, so what are we going to do tonight? We are going to ask you all to share some time together at your tables, talking and telling stories about this place, this community. What is it that you love about this community? What is it that people who aren't from here might get wrong about this community? What is it that you imagine the future of this place might be? And we're going to have a process that Trig is going to lead us through that helps us have those conversations with each other. But then we have this team of incredible unscripted theater actors who are going to be coming around, listening to each of you, and then their job is to listen to each of those, to try and put it down, and then bring it to the stage. And again, I can't stress this enough, without any pre-planning or rehearsal, just based on what they hear from you, bring that to life through unscripted theater. So that's a quick and dirty of what we are up to tonight. We've been doing it all over the state of Minnesota. This is what, our eighth, I think? Ninth of this across the state. This is the best one.
Number one.
Number one already, yeah.
So there is a process for doing it. The first thing about the process is to understand why we're here. We are here because we believe that every town in Minnesota, at least the ones that take the time to put in a really good application, like Little Falls, deserves to tell its own story to the rest of the state. So we're here to help you do that. We are also here because we believe neighbors, community members all across Minnesota can really benefit from hearing everyone else's story about their experience in their town. Hearing the different stories, the stories you might not understand or have heard before, even some that might not really match with your own experience, because if you care about your town, you want to know as much about your town, as much about your neighbors, not in a creepy like surveillance way, but what they value, what they care about, so that you can make really good public decisions with them from a place of empathy, understanding, and a desire to just get things done and build good things together. That's why we're here.
And because life is more fun. Like when you know your neighbors.
You know your weird neighbors,
yeah.
and like their weird views on.
Yeah, and they're like, you're my weird neighbor too. And we're all our weird neighbors.
This is weird right now.
We are water.
Really weird.
Yeah.
What we're doing.
So anyway, so there's specifics. Yeah.
It's like there's a really simple process, and it involves us talking a lot for the next 3 hours. No, what happens is we will ask you to go around as a group and answer, each of you, for just 90 seconds, 4 questions. We will share those questions in just a few minutes. When you answer those questions, it's important that you abide by a few ground rules, which are on this table tent in the middle of your table, in the little orange box. Those ground rules are pretty simple. We're asking you, when you answer the discussion questions, which again we will share in a moment, and they are printed on your table. First of all, speak for yourself. Very important. We're not really interested in your theory about how all of Little Falls politics or culture works. Speak for yourself from your own experience, because that opens up an opportunity for other people to speak from their experience, rather than say, well, actually, that's not the way I see things.
So lots of I statements are good.
I statements are good. Listen generously and empathetically. If someone says something you don't quite understand, ask a polite follow-up question. But don't worry about rebutting what they're saying. Again, they're speaking from their own experience, and you will get your turn. And your purpose here is not just to say your piece, but to learn from your neighbor. Number 3, stay engaged and undistracted. Tane and I will be doing all sorts of interesting things, as we always do, just living and breathing, but try not to pay attention to us. Pay attention to your neighbors, what they're saying. Try not to check your phones or get distracted by side conversations. Thank you for that laugh. I appreciate it. See, I'm always hilarious to someone.
You're my favorite.
That was $20 well spent.
Yeah.
Honor the thoughts and time of others. Again, we're going to ask you to go through each question individually and just spend 90 seconds giving your first best answer to the question, so that then you can hear what everybody else's initial thoughts are. Honor the thought and the time of others. Try not to take up as much time as someone like me might be doing right now. Expect and value difference. It's easy to expect difference. We're asking you to value difference. If you hear a perspective that is different from yours, Try not to treat it as a challenge, treat it as a learning opportunity. This is why you're here, to learn more about your town, more about your neighbors, so you have an opportunity to make better decisions in community because you know more about the social world that you inhabit. So value that difference. You don't have to agree with everything that's said, but value the opportunity to learn where someone else is coming from.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like, if somebody says something and you're like, where did that come from? That's a good time to, like, just ask those polite follow-up questions. Like, I never heard anybody say that their favorite part about Little Falls is the roundabouts.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Why? So anyway, those kinds of things. It's nice to ask questions so that somebody feels heard.
Yes.
You don't have, do you have a roundabout? No. That's
Oh.
good. That's why this town works so well. I know that.
And why traffic flows so erratically.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. This is another weird thing we get into. Finally, be brave, but also be thoughtful and respectful. This is not polite chit-chat. We really do want you to feel like you can say what is meaningful to you about your town in a good way and what concerns you and what your hopes for your town and the people you love in it are. Be brave. It's not polite Minnesota chit-chat, but also be thoughtful and respectful and care about the feelings and how what you say might impact other people at your table. And if you can keep those two poles, I guess, in mind, brave and yet thoughtful and respectful, all the other ground rules, we just were wasting our time explaining.
They all are good. They're all, Trent came up with most of them.
I did. That's why they're so long.
So that's good. Oh, do you want to do your airplane mode?
Oh, yes. I need you all to pretend you're in the exit row of an airplane. I almost didn't know what you were saying. And give me a verbal yes, we agree to abide by these ground rules. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
I'm still, one day there's going to be somebody at one of these events who's like, no, but not today.
I want more leg room.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the questions you might ask? No, I'm sorry. You might ask, what are the questions we are asking? Let me start over. What are the questions you're going to be talking about? Tane.
Yes.
I'll start.
No, I'm going to start.
You'll start.
I'll start.
They're not actually written
That's
there.
fine.
You know.
Okay, question one. What is it that you love about this place? And what is something that somebody who is not from here might not know or appreciate about what is so great and amazing about this community?
And these questions are on a little sheet of paper that was stuck into that little table
Mind if
tent.
I steal yours so that I get it all right? Yeah.
Number two.
Here you go.
What is something that people who are not from your community often get wrong about it? What is a stereotype or an assumption about your community that people who are not from here, or maybe some who are from here, you think get wrong about it?
What is something you're just sick of hearing people say,
Oh, it's the place where the Mississippi pauses. No, it doesn't. It keeps flowing.
I was talking about it in the car. I was told not to bring it up. Okay, question three. What divisions, this is a tricky one, but it's important. What are the divisions or conflicts that you perceive among your neighbors that are concerning to you? So what are the things people are divided about, are arguing about, that you worry like might be a division? Or maybe you don't even worry, but you just notice, like these are the things that are divisions in our town, and we should talk about those.
And then finally, what do you imagine for the future of this community? What do you imagine for the future?
Yeah.
What are your hopes? What are your dreams? Maybe concerns, but like, where would you like to see this community go?
Yeah, I like that as like a time traveling question. You like fast forward to 2050 and you're like, this is what's going amazing in this town and community. What is that stuff? What is it that you see around you? Does that all make sense?
Okay. Would you like us to speak longer?
Yeah, no, absolutely no one wants that. Thank you for waiting.
Good.
So please take time, go through each of the questions. Make sure you go give every question room to breathe, every person at your table a chance to talk through every single one of them. Ask each other questions. Have fun with it.
Everyone is empowered to hold each other accountable to the ground rules. It's an act of kindness to hold each other accountable.
Look at,
Go ahead.
Yeah, they're great. They
Eat,
got
drink, and think civically.
All right, on your mark, get set, go.
Woo!
Thank you. Brandon's gonna fix it. Okay, so thank you all so much. So, yeah, just unplug it, plug it back in. So very excited. So thank you all so much. We heard so many things. All the tables shared amazing things. We heard good things. We heard hard things. We heard stories. We heard anecdotes. We heard about places. We heard about people. And now it is our cast job to bring this all to you. I cannot stress this enough. Just as I said at the top, all of this is entirely made up. We are doing this all inspired by your brilliance and all the wonderful things that you all shared with us. So this is your show as much as it is ours. So yeah, we're in this together, you all. Yeah. Okay, so with that, please join me as we get started with just a little bit of morning together. We're going to say hello and welcome, everybody. We're excited to be right here in Little Falls.
We love Little Falls. It has a complicated relationship with science.
Welcome to Little Falls. Charles Lindbergh is from here.
Welcome to Little Falls. If this is a state, you're right here.
Welcome to Little Falls. We're not too far from Brainerd.
Welcome to Little Falls. We're protected by the military.
Welcome to Little Falls, where old buildings become new again.
Welcome to Little Falls. Our Walmart is better than the St. Cloud Walmart.
Welcome to Little Falls.
Oh, why thanks. I brought you something. I brought you some cookies.
Oh, you recycled old cookies and made them into something new.
I did. And I brought you a watermelon from a roadside stand. I'll just set it here. I recycled that from old watermelons. I pushed them together.
Yeah, I thought I was supposed to be welcoming you to the town.
Well, that's true, but I've just been so inspired. People are making new stuff from old stuff. Yeah. In fact, I used to live here, but then was remade into a new person.
Look, I know there's a lot of problems in this city that we got to deal with, but I got a thought.
Yeah.
What about a splash pad?
You know, I think a splash, there's not enough stuff for kids to do here.
Absolutely not.
I think a splash pad could be pretty great.
I do too, and I think, you know what? I'm really tired of just sitting in the shower for a long time.
How dare
What?
a splash pad in this town?
Yeah.
I've lived here my entire life. And for 25 years, every single one of them has been devoted to stopping on construction of a splash pad. It's my goal that children are not wet, they are not seen, and they are not heard. And a splash pad does all three of those things.
You make some excellent points.
No. Our children are our future. We need them to have a voice. We need them to learn how to laugh and scream.
That's a really good point,
too. And if they don't ever get wet, then they'll never appreciate the Mississippi River. And we need them to take care of it. Otherwise, it's just gonna go away.
We can't live in an unwet world.
What foolish ideas. Next you'll suggest a skate park, won't you?
That's a really good idea.
Nothing to do. I'm bored.
I made something for the craft fair.
Mom, it's just gonna be recycled materials put together again.
No, it's not. There's over 500 vendors. This is the only reason people come to Little Falls, and I'm not having you mess it up for me.
Oh, I want a skate park. But
I made an egg. An egg.
Honey, what's the matter? You're tearing up.
I made an egg and our child doesn't appreciate it for the craft fair.
Sweetie, this is a craft household. Now, you might go to Rice and say they have a better craft fair than we have.
You
But
would not.
you need to appreciate what we have and what we do for you. So when your mom puts googly eyes on an egg, instead of buying you that toy you want for your birthday, that's just her showing her love.
Excuse me. I'm sorry to enter your house unannounced. But I traveled such a long ways, and I hear this is a place where you can find eggs with googly eyes.
Doctor, we have a patient that urgently needs your help. It is Little Falls, Minnesota. It's deteriorating, but I hear that the doctors have some innovation that might be able to revive the town.
Oh, yeah, let me scrub in.
Okay. It's gonna be all right, Little
Hey,
Falls.
I'm just feeling a little run down.
That downtown, we're gonna take care of it,
Thank
okay?
you so much.
You really got to get under the fingernails.
I appreciate that. I'm already filthy.
All right. Now I got to change my lab coat.
Oh, no. Please hurry.
Hurry!
I don't know how much time Little Falls has.
Property value falling.
Right. I just have to punch it really hard.
Do what you gotta do.
You ready?
Yeah.
It's helping. Please hit Little Falls in the seedy underbelly that no one wants to
Look at me, I'm renovated. I'm ready for people to come in. Never mind.
Now we have some serious things to address about this underbelly that I just hit.
It's a little rough.
You have some things that you need to work on that I can't fix for you, Little Falls.
There's a lot of problems that just that nobody wants to talk about. I keep it buried as far as I can.
But if you address the problems, then maybe you can get help. Maybe there's a medication for all of the things that ails you.
I'm racist. Just a little bit, though.
Yeah, very subtly. Like if you didn't say it right now, I would have noticed, but I wouldn't have said it.
Thank you so much, by the way, for just keeping it inside.
Yeah, but we don't want to do that anymore.
No, and I won't. Because you're here and you've changed me, and I've seen the light, and I'm a better downtown now. Welcoming to everybody. You're just looking at me like you don't believe me.
It's just we know that racism was
I know! I'm not trying to just give it lip service. I'm really going to try to do better.
Good.
Thank you for believing. You don't believe, do you? Oh!
So that was actually an entree into one of the like in my table, and I know at a bunch of the tables we are. There's so many places, and there's so many places that people love about this community. There's so many things to do, cultural amenities, like outdoors activities, and so I would love to see the cast just take a little bit of time and take it maybe on a little bit of a tour of some of the sights and attractions of Little Falls in the community and some of the things that happen there.
Is this a Carnegie Library?
No, it's Little Falls Library. So many books, so many children's nooks.
There's everything here. It's so welcoming. And there's all these puzzles over here on these tables. I mean, you just put a few pieces in, but then you can go do something else.
I know, it's like a community we're in. You know, there's internet here in the library.
It's a quiet place, but you can socialize if you keep it down.
Together, we've got a world-class place.
They have the classics and the Grishams, something for everybody. If only they had a newspaper on a stick.
Hello and welcome to the Ice Carousel. That's right. We have one of the largest ice carousels in all of the world. Yes. Oh, yes. Please join us. Now, little one. I will give you some warning. We used to have a sign that told you how tall you needed to be to get on the ice carousel, but there was an ordinance, so I have no idea anymore.
Well, there's a sign on this guy's car. It says
kid. It's
I'm
not
just
how
gonna
life
be in the
was.
middle.
If the ice carousel isn't for you, you can just take bets on when that car's gonna fall through the ice.
The majestic white pines.
Oh, just taking that nature, breathe deep.
I tried snorting it, but it wasn't good.
No, you don't want to snort sawdust. That's no good.
But I love these white pines so much.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just want to build a house and just live right underneath them.
Oh, no.
Forever.
This is nature. You can't just build your house right here. This needs to be preserved like an ecological site that we can all enjoy.
But it's still nature if I build a house.
It's a little less nature. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you
I mean, your house is made out of wood,
Yeah.
and there's wood over here, but
Yeah.
your house is there, and it's like, oh, is there a bike path that we can go around your house, or do we have to go through it? And then people are coming and saying, I'm just walking through the house, I'm passing by,
And
you don't want that.
it's
Hey,
like
can I have a
they
drink
can
of water?
see me in my natural habitat. It's like the zoo that everyone always wanted but never asked for.
This is going.
Please don't build here. Please don't build here.
That's a sign from the birds.
You know, those birds suck.
Have you seen my dog? White fluffy thing, big fluffy dog.
I know. I went out this morning. I saw your post. We gotta find your dog.
You know, I only wish there was a neighborhood website that I could go to and ask everyone in town at the same time if they'd seen my dog.
You can't put a sign up.
No, I can't put it, but maybe there's a place on the web I could go and say, hey everyone, my dog is missing again. Do you know where he is?
That place would be so wonderful.
Yeah, I would.
People would share lovely things with each other.
Absolutely. Like they share little bits about town history.
Right.
And maybe they'd let you know if you left your wallet at the movie theater.
Right.
Maybe
They compliment you if they particularly liked a dress you were wearing.
maybe they could share all of the neighborhood's hot gossip and rant and rave about it. Oh, that's what we should call it. Rant and rave.
That sounds wonderful. But we've got to make sure people come back.
Oh, wait. No, that's my dog. That's my dog.
I'm glad they found it. So that brings up a thing. Actually, one of the things that we heard is that, yes, as we've seen in some of the scenes, there's challenges and there's things, but people in this community really do care about each other. We heard stories about people being really good neighbors to each other in places that, I don't know, they're unique exclusively to this community, but they're pretty special. So let's see a little bit about what community means here in Little Falls.
I'm just sitting all alone at this bar. I'm just gonna enjoy a nice, quiet dinner by myself.
Hey, you look lonely. Can't have that.
Really?
I'm gonna be your friend.
I was so prepared to just sit alone. Wait, you're just gonna come and talk to me, a stranger?
Yeah, I want to give you my life story, and I want to hear yours.
That didn't happen back in Minneapolis.
You know what? That dinner, it's on me.
Oh my God, you're so aggressively friendly.
I gotta be.
Why?
Because other people aren't so nice, and so I gotta make up for it. But I know I come off a little strong.
That's actually really sweet.
Yeah?
Take an imaginary seat.
Right. What are we having?
It's Porso Vito.
Apabuso?
Yeah.
That's it.
It's beautiful here.
I know.
You know, this is the very center of Minnesota.
I know, I feel it. I really do.
Welcome, everyone.
Oh, thank you so much.
I just wanted to know if you've signed up for any of our food share options. Like we have the purple carrots. You can sign up for Sprout. You can get a CSA where we deliver fresh vegetables right to your door.
Honey, we already have that
You
Instapot.
may as well just sign up.
Oh my gosh. Thank
Yeah, please,
Oh my
sign
God,
up.
I'm in.
And so every couple of weeks we'll deliver you a big old case of fresh and local vegetables.
What's the catch?
There's gotta be a
There's gotta be a catch.
We'll pay it.
Well, whatever.
No, if you want to catch, you need to go to the fishing museum.
The fishing museum. There's a fishing museum. Well, off we go.
To the fishing for a catch.
Oh,
What?
Really?
Look at you. You're born here too.
I do what I can, you know. What would you like to know about fishing?
I always wanted to know about smallmouth bass.
So a smallmouth bass is a lot like a largemouth bass, but the mouth is small.
West Side, I think it's time we made up. There's been too much of a
Train.
There's been too many divisions. You know, things have changed over the years. Our kids have integrated and assimilated into the communities. It's not just enclaves of Polish.
Train.
And I feel like, you know, that bridge over Broadway isn't going to be there forever. They're going to build a new one, and I feel we need to make a bridge between ourselves.
But how will we define ourselves if not against each other? I don't know who I am if I do not have another.
Too often people say West is best, or East is least, and that's how it goes.
But rhyming isn't law. At least that is what I saw on a sign in St. Cloud. Even the train is kind of rhythmic now. Horses join somehow.
If we do it together, we can go farther. We just need to make it in together. West Side.
I mean, that's a pretty good entree. Somebody told me that you all had the Music Man here recently.
Oh, no.
Yeah, people. Well, that's nothing because we've got an entire musical, all about Little Falls. That was just one little part of it, the East Side West Side love story. But there's a whole big musical set of numbers. There's a cast. They do all kinds of different things. So do you all want to see a little bit of the Little Falls musical? Oh, come on! This is the whole musical. All right, well, let's see the opening number for Little Falls, the musical.
We love River Falls, East and West together.
We love Little Falls. It'll get boat factories again.
We love Little Falls. We have one famous Lindbergh and two famous Lindberghs.
We love Little Falls. One day we'll have more pickleball courts.
We love Little Falls. It's a damn good time. You don't need to drive through it. Come and stay here with us and have a good damn time at the dam. Did you know that there's a damn festival here?
What a great reason to stop in this town.
Yeah, there's music and food and vendors and fireworks.
Fireworks?
Fireworks at the dam. Don't be shocked, that's not artillery from the National Guard. That's just fireworks at the dam.
Wow. I need to move to Little Falls.
That's only one of the songs. This is controversial, but there's actually there's a whole musical number just about the golf course. I don't even know what kind of a song it is, but it's very dramatic and it's controversial, as you might imagine. But you know, it's already paid for, so let's see it.
Well, I just think there's not enough green grass on this golf course.
I think the clubhouse could be a little taller, don't you?
I believe the sand traps could be a little deeper.
And I think the liquor could be a little more liquory.
Ah, yes, strong liquor.
I think this money could have been used for housing.
Housing!
Housing.
Yeah.
Ah, what can $1 million buy? It can buy all sorts of new things, but not housing.
Not housing.
Not housing.
Because you can't golf in a house.
You can't golf in a house.
I mean, you could, but it'd be bad.
It'd be a really terrible idea.
Awful.
I'd rather golf in a house than sleep on the floor. I'd rather be not so poor and get the money that was wasted here.
Wasted here. We play 18 holes a day, every single day. We do it all the time, and it gets more fun each time we do it.
Each time we do it. I mean, if we didn't have a golf course, what am I going to do with my sand wedge?
Ah!
You remind me of 2 billionaires who spend all their money and time on their hair.
That's what we are.
Looking in the mirror instead of around you. Look at me. Look at me. Give me money.
Okay. And of course, all good things that like end in a big, beautiful, celebratory way. I mean, you couldn't have this entire musical without a big, rousing finale musical number that not only name checks other things in the town and brings together the whole story, but has all of the nuns all at once come together and do a big musical number that basically saves the town. It's amazing. It's a godly thing that happens. It's beautiful. It's amazing. So here's the big closing nun number from Little Falls the Musical.
It's not Franciscan. It's Franciscan.
Hello, my children. You should know that a splash pad would be a clean place to go. Hello, my children. Hello, my friends. Our problems don't need to be the end of our town.
We can.
Hello, my children. We're so glad you're here. We wish you would stay here. You just keep leaving in droves. We don't understand why there's so many things to do, and we will welcome you back with open arms.
'Cause we can.
Because we can.
Hello, my children. I've been talking to the big guy. He's heard what you asked for. Unfortunately, he has denied. At least until you do it yourselves. You have to do it yourselves. You have to do it yourselves.
We can.
And no more pine beggars.
Hey everybody, thank you all so much. You're amazing. Tonight's cast has been
Michael Gallagher.
Stop, stop.
My name is Ted Baker. Dennis Hurley's over there on the piano.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you once again to Danger Boat Productions. That was fantastic. And thanks to all of you. I mean, none of that would have happened. None of those laughs would have been rolling around in your belly without the conversations that you had earlier today. I want to, before we close out the evening with a talk back, I want to remind you, this is your story about your experience in your town, so we give you the last word. Before we do that, though, I do want to invite a special guest up. Brian Verding is the president of the Initiative Foundation. I want him to say a few words about why he and his organization stepped up to make this event possible here in Little Falls. So please, how about a round of applause for Brian?
Yeah, thanks and good evening, everyone. There's no way I'm going to match the energy of what just happened, and no way do I want to interrupt it. I just wanted to say a few things. So I have the joy of being the leader of the Initiative Foundation, which has been rooted in this community for 40 years, doing really good work in a lot of ways. We do work in supporting entrepreneurs and small businesses and nonprofits and workforce and childcare and lots of things. But really what we do is we empower people to imagine, dream, and then build the really prosperous rural communities of their future that they really want and believe in and really want to work for them. And so as we have opportunities to make grants to amazing spaces and important community spaces like Great River Arts and these really amazing touring folks that help us kind of come together in communities to have conversations, we're really grateful to do that because this is the power of the work, is the people. And the people coming together in community in these really unique and creative ways to have these conversations. And so that's the gratitude. And just as an invitation going forward from this space, we provide all kinds of tools and resources and supports for folks who are imagining those futures that they want to build. And so we've been involved in all kinds of folks with amazing big ideas here, everything from Sprout to Barrett Pet Foods to Babies on Broadway to the Persepios work at Falls Theater, and those are just recent examples. And I mention them all because as you may have entertained some really good visions of things you want to get up to and good work you want to get up to in community at these tables, whether you're looking for grants or entrepreneurship support or just a good conversation around like how to make a dream come true, we're here for you. And so we are both physically just down the street. You can come by and hang out or just find us on our website and reach out. We're really looking forward to that conversation and building this community that we've imagined for Little Falls together. So thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. As Brian said, the point of this evening is aligned with the mission of the Initiative Foundation and also with the mission of the Minnesota Humanities Center, which is to create these opportunities for people to learn from one another by sharing their stories and by listening carefully to one another's stories. And those stories can be scientific stories. Those stories can be historical stories. Sometimes they're stories told by experts of various types or public officials. But really at the core of our work, and I think at the kind of work that Brian was just speaking about that they do in communities like Little Falls all across the Initiative Foundation region, and work that we do at the Minnesota Humanities Center all across the state, is giving everyday people the opportunity, the encouragement, and some of the tools to develop their own capacity to, as Brian said, dream a little bit and build those dreams together across their differences. And so what we'd like to do tonight is ask you all to share a little bit about what you learned, what are some insights that you gained that can help you be a happier, more productive, maybe slightly more informed member of this community. And I think what we'd like to do is first do what Tane likes to call a turn and talk. So if you could turn to a neighbor and take 90 seconds just to, Tane, you know, here is one thing I learned about my town, or was reminded of about my town, that I'm really taking with me tonight.
How could you limit it to just one? There were
Because
so
you
many.
only have 90 seconds.
Okay.
And Trey gets to talk as long as he wants, but he only gives us 90 seconds.
Okay.
He does that.
So everybody's going to turn to their neighbor and share at least one thing that you either learned or you're still wondering about, or probably when you leave here you're going to tell somebody like, this was a thing somebody at my table said, or I saw a scene about this and it's sticking with me.
And then we're going to ask you to share.
Yeah, sound good? I know, now people are like, when can I leave? No, this is great. This is an important part. It's nice, because you'll come up with things, then other people in the room will be like, oh yeah, that person's really smart. They noticed that.
So real quick, turn to your neighbor. One thing, this is something I learned or have a question about. This is something I'm taking with me away from this evening, thanks to my neighbors at my table.
Okay, I'm going to set, go.
Thank you. This is the best and hardest part of our job, is to cut off these wonderful conversations. It means that you all are doing amazing work. So thank you again for the effort you're putting into this. I heard some wonderful discussion over here at this table. I did. Maybe it's because I'm mostly deaf and I can only hear like within 10 feet. But we have stickers to give away to someone who would like to either share what they learned tonight, or what did their partner share with them that was particularly interesting.
Yeah, who's got, so if you have something, raise your hand. I will come towards you with the microphone in a non-threatening way. Right here, and then right there, wow.
Oh, okay, you guys owe that guy a sticker or a beer or something. He saved you.
Hey, my name's Lane, and one of the things I learned is that there's a lot of good that's happening in the community. I think it's easy to focus on the things that bug us and bother us, things that we don't like about where we live, but there's all kinds of wonderful people that live in this community, that support this community, that give and are generous to this community, that I've experienced firsthand, and I think that's something that we need to focus on, is what is good, because when you get on that one particular Facebook page, it's easy to get distracted, but there's a lot of good here, and thank you all for contributing to that.
Yeah!
We have no idea what page you're talking about. That was completely made up, unscripted comedy.
I was just reminded about how much beautiful nature we have around here, and also I learned a lot about sign ordinances. I did not know that was such a hot button. I've only lived here for a year, so I'm fairly new on that, and I'm still not privy on this west-east side diversity. It seems to be hit the funny bone though, so that train one was great.
Thank you, that's great. Have a sticker. Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Yes, who's next?
Oh, yay, thank you.
I forgot to mention we have a Habitat for Humanity affiliate, and I just visited the site today to bring the workers some donuts. I can't build, but I can bring donuts. So that is a great community project for families, and the young mother graduated with my daughter, so I had a nice visit with her, and she has 4 children, and anyway, that's a positive for
I love it. Thank you so much
for sharing that. Thank you. Yeah, lots of civic initiatives, homegrown and otherwise, in Little Falls. We heard at all the tables.
Hello.
Hi, I'm not good on my feet, so
Good.
I'll sit.
Right here.
I spend entirely too much time feeling like I'm the only one that feels the way I do, and you guys have just put the kibosh on that whole philosophy of my life. Thank you. I'm just so glad I came. You guys were wonderful. I love what you did with all that crap we were throwing around.
That's so sweet, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
Do we have someone else who wants to share? Yes.
Oh, hi.
Well, when we started talking, we talked about something we hadn't even talked about before, but we are lucky to have the Initiative Foundation here in town. I used to be with a nonprofit, and you guys did some training and stuff, but we probably don't see a lot of what you've done around town because other people get the credit, but thanks.
Oh, look at all. This is such a good talk back. I'll be honest.
This is a good crowd.
Some of the times we do this, and
I'm going to go to the bar, actually.
I was reminded of our splash pad. So all you little Fallsites out there, let's make sure we get that splash pad built this time around.
If the splash pad does get built, can you please invite us back.
Yes.
We will do a show in the splash pad.
I think it's wonderful that we have the opportunity to have this kind of situation, or situation, this kind of group to come up and do this for us here in Little Falls. Sometimes we get caught up in our own little worlds, and we think that, you know, this isn't a place that people like yourselves would come to and be a part of this. Thanks again to the Initiative Foundation. But more importantly, the people that I have talked to tonight that have come to Little Falls, that I've never met before, that think Little Falls is as great as I do. And it's fantastic to see ex-students of mine come back to Little Falls and enjoy and want to be a part of the community. So thank you very much.
Put them somewhere prominent.
Okay. Let me ask the question we often ask, the what table did that come from question. What was something that you heard that you were like, oh, of course, how did that not come up at my table? Or what town does that person live in? I saw in the far back. Yeah,
with their hand.
So it can be something you were like, oh yes, I totally get that, and I gotta know who said that. Although we don't actually have to like out anybody here, but or like, wow, that was not my experience.
So, thanks for mentioning the Arts and Crafts Fair. Yay!
That was it.
Brought to you by the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Was it a good promotion of the Arts and Crafts Fair?
It was wonderful. Represent, yes.
Awesome.
I told you $5, and they will say it's a better fair than Rice. Yeah, for sure.
Probably is.
My bribery comes cheap. What?
Yeah.
What's the one that you guys are in like a battle with? I thought there was like craft fair battle. Yeah, Rice. Right? Yeah. Okay, whatever. I'm derailing things.
Was there anything where it was like surprising, or you saw something in the show and you were like, oh, you know, I haven't really thought about that before, or oh, I'm glad somebody brought that up because I don't know, we don't talk about that, or that was new or different for me.
The housing issue.
The housing piece? I don't know. You already have a sticker, but do you mind just saying another word about that?
Actually, Zoe brought this up, but just about the homelessness issue that is even here in Little Falls. And, you know, there's all kinds of people you see, friends you see looking for housing, and it's just not available. And so I think that's a big part of something that we got to work to make better for our neighbors.
Thank you.
Hello.
So tagging on the homeless issue, but also being, we live in Fort Ripley, and I went a little bit more towards Brainerd and Crow Wing County. Homelessness is a problem everywhere, and what I have learned, I think I've learned, is that the solution to homelessness used to be building homes, but now it's homes plus community. So that's the challenge. How do we do it? And another thing I want to say is that what's happening in Little Falls is also happening in the Brainerd area, which I'm a little more, and other communities. So how do communities work together on all this important stuff?
So how could towns in the region cooperate on some of these issues? Okay, thank you.
Okay, this has been a good talk back.
Anything else that people just want to share that they're grateful for, or that they, oh hey, next time I hope this anecdote shows up, or yeah, okay.
Sorry, coming back, talk amongst yourselves. Don't yet now. Here we go.
Super grateful for GRA to have a space like this. And super grateful for Erica and Francis for running this space and the board. And I feel like it's a very rare opportunity that people have to take classes here and to have music come and for you guys to be here. It's special, and it's something that I think needs to have more people coming in, and we need to do more classes here. That's just a big opportunity for more enrichment for the community.
Love it. Excellent. Yes. Thanks to Erica and Francis in the back there. Please, let's give a round of applause for our GRA staffers.
I'm thankful for downtown Little Falls, how it has grown in the last couple of years. We got the shops of Little Falls, we got the theater open, we got local restaurants, bars, we got the bakery that has homemade rolls every day. The fishing museum, well, that's on the west side of the river, but that's good too. And Linden Hill, and it just has really grown to be a great downtown for people to visit. That's what I'm thankful for.
Excellent. Yes, more gratitude.
I just want to mention, I'm a former cashier at Coburn's, but I just want to mention the small things that all of you are doing in town. From the lady who comes in once a week and buys flowers and just gives them to strangers, you know, to the gentleman who pays for somebody's groceries. Just so many of those little acts of kindness that I see every day in this town. You know, people actually stop in the crosswalks and let you cross instead of running you over like in St. Cloud. You know, it's those kind of things that make this town a special place. So I just want to thank all of you for being great people.
On that note, I try to make sure I say this in every town. It has been our privilege to come and help create an experience where you all can listen and talk and even maybe begin to work, or at least build the interest and capacity to work across your differences to build really good and beautiful things in your town. But we do not have to be here to do this. We have to be here to bring the hysterical stylings of Danger Boat Productions, but the Minnesota Humanities Center is here to remind you that you all, if you have found this valuable, you all created the most important part of this experience. The second most important part is the hysterical comedy. The most important part is the conversation and all the learnings that you just experienced and shared. And you can do that, and there are people already devoting time to creating these types of experiences in your community. So seek out those people, seek out those experiences, and dig into that Little Falls spirit of homegrown civic asset building and maintenance, and do some of it yourselves. And if you want help or advice, please reach out to me or any of my colleagues at the Minnesota Humanities Center. But know that we're here just to remind you that you have the power to do this kind of work yourselves, and you've shown tonight what an amazing job you can do. So thank you for having us, and thank you for doing this work for yourselves and your neighbors.
Yeah. Thank you all so much. You all have a good time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next time we're in Little Falls.
Yeah. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you.